Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of Saturday Search, the weekly book review. This week, I'll review the latest book by jurist Fali S Nariman, well known, respected, recognized senior advocate in the Supreme Court of India. So, this is the book by Fali Nariman. And at the outset, let me admit you might find my book reviews, less critical or more critical. A book is always a thing, how a reader reads it. Hence, I admit it is a challenge to strike the correct balance. But that is not to say an attempt to provide a balanced review will not be made. It will be very much a book review with same principle done in my program. But the general principle is to give you a flavor of the book. The decision to pick, buy, or read is yours. It's absolutely yours. So let's start with the title of the book. You must know your constitution. It allows you, the reader, to know what you should know if you did not bother to know till now. The author, Fali S Nariman, is an extremely respected legal brain in India and globally. His ability to present facts powerfully is associated with him not only in courts but also is getting reflected in his writings. If you read his previous books, you will know that. This particular book provides an insight into the state's policy structure, powers, and directive principles. It reveals the gems hidden in our constitution. It also brings out in the open the fact that we knew with a fresh perspective. That is very, very rare in most of the books. This book takes you on an exciting journey to understand the 395 articles in our constitution and various amendments through the eyes of a legal expert. As a reader, chances are you will experience situations where you feel you are present in the Constituent Assembly, the court, or in a room when the event happened. That's the way this book has been written. Divided into 7 chapters, the 516-page book is a treasure for anyone interested in knowing how relevant our constitution is in our lives. In his introduction to the book, Nariman says, and I'm reading from it, that you will simply have to read the book to know how India's document of governance had been framed and how it has evolved. That's a very important statement to provide in the book, starting of the book. At a time when the constitution and the institutions enshrined in it are under public scrutiny, this book is like a helping hand. When you lift a heavy object, you need a helping hand. So this book comes at a time when there's so much being talked about the constitution and the institutions which are enshrined in the constitution. Such a book in your office, home, or library is a ready reckoner when you are looking for a fair interpretation of our constitution. Written in very simple language, it can keep even a general reader engrossed till the last page of this book. I assure you on that. Students of law, journalism, political science, and researchers will find it immensely rich with ideas that constitution framers perhaps wanted the future generations to explore and find a meaning to what they thought would help shape our country. The author, for example, emphasizes the importance of opposition in a democracy. Let me read what the author writes on the importance of opposition. He says, attacks upon the government and individual ministers are functions of the opposition. The duty of the opposition is to oppose. The duty is the major check upon corruption and defective administration. It is also the means by which the individual injustices are prevented. This duty is hardly less important than that of the government. The apparent absurdity that the opposition asks for parliamentary time to be set aside by the government in order that the opposition may censure the government is not an absurdity at all. It is the recognition by both sides of the house that the government governs openly and honestly, and that it is prepared to meet criticism, not by secret police and concentration camps, but by rational argument. It is a commentary on what we are witnessing in the parliament. In a way, you could say, it mirrors, or it kind of shows what Fali Nariman thinks, and relates it with the thought process of the members of the Constituent Assembly. It does not matter whether the building that houses the parliament is old or new. What matters is whether the people are willing to know what the Constitution and those interpreting the Constitutions are telling. For that, you must know your Constitution. The team that has typed, proofread, edited, and reworked this book and the book's draft must be credited for an excellent job. They have done absolute justice to the efforts of the author. The publisher, Hay House Publishers, can take a bow for bringing out this book. That's all from this book. Next Saturday, we will meet to review another book. Happy reading till then.